You guys, like what you got to another DC TV Talk Part 3. I'm talking about DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Do not know the name of this episode. I don't think I know we're dealing with the large octopus and a movie, and it's in Japan, and it was the first stop before we got Godzilla King of the Monsters, because we had a lot of those references. We got to see how they shoot the movie. Uh, Charlie actually comes in handy this episode. She actually does. Amaya as Charlie seems to be having a lot of fun doing what she does. We have Ava, yeah, Ava and Nate going to Thanksgiving dinner with Nate's family, which I never understood stuff like that. Like I said this in like another review, but me and my family we never have dinner around the table, so it's never awkward. Like everybody grabs their plate and they go eat, and they, you know what I'm saying, conversation might spark, we might laugh, but it's never just a serious, hey, sit down, let's talk politics, religion, or work and shit like that. We just, you know, everybody get their plate. Like me, I usually get my plate and go to another house and eat. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know, we never sat around the table. You know, so that's not what we used to. But anyway, it's in a situation where Nate knows what's gonna go on. He knows the food gonna be ready like 6 hours late. So why not show up like later instead of early? You know what I'm saying? That bothersome to me. But then you got Gary, goddamn Gary, with the delivery chick at the bureau, and he's dealing with three people. Don't know. I think all I know is one was chupacabra, and other two kind of crazy too. But they were just hungry. It's Thanksgiving. They deserve something to eat. Plus, y'all been hitting them with tranks and shit, which is unethical if I'm being honest. And Sarah, Mick, who was watching porn this episode apparently. It was so funny. He was saying, watching. She's like, "Were you doing what I told you were doing?" Yeah, I was watching porn. Big is hilarious. Like Legends is funny every single episode. Then Big like, yeah, I take my porn very seriously. And like he has writer's block. I know the fucking feeling. Well, like he's at a situation to where he doesn't really want the rest of the people to know that he's a writer. But the episode ends with him getting his powers back. Well, not powers back, but the inspiration, I guess I would say. And that book, boy, I wish I had that book. I would write so much stuff. I'm not going to even say. I would probably use it kind of sort of how Mick did. I'm not really a fan of I'm not really a titty guy, but three of them though, you can't really complain. I mean, come on, man. Usually most of you get two. If you're unlucky, you might get one with one. And you really unlucky, you might get one with now. But hey, she had three, so he was pretty lucky. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Uh, this episode, it just was fun. And yeah, Ray trying to go pick up Nora to save Constantine, which was so confusing to me. Not confusing, but I was wondering. She hasn't been using her power. She's out in 2018, and they used the facial recognition to scan and see where she's been at. What's the bureau? Is like $1 billion organization. They don't have like a facial recognition to find her, and she was right down the street. That was kind of like the bureau has been looking for her. Were they really? I don't think so. Either way, go. Hey, he has this thing going with her. She ended up turning herself in at the end of the episode, which I was just like, I'm sorry, if I'm on the run, I'm on the run. Alright, I'm not turning my. They gonna have to do their job. Their job is to come find me, bro. If I ever go on a run, they know. I know the government monitors everything. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm gonna let y'all know, motherfuckers. If you have to come get Diesel, motherfucker, you gonna have to come get me, because I am not turning myself in. Shit's crazy, though. It's just, and that whole relationship, I kind of wonder what that relationship will grow, and I kind of wonder, is she going to join the Legends? Is they going? find a way to redeem her to where she joins the Legends. It's kind of, that has me wonder. The thing I was wondering about is how did she help Constantine with her life force, and Constantine basically helped the kid with his. So isn't Nora gonna be in the same situation that Constantine was in? But I think he just I think they say he was depleted, but that just makes it. I still wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like she had enough for two. Maybe because she hadn't been using her powers, and now she's finally using it. It's like, hey, what I'm saying? Maybe Constant she was just on E. He needed a recharge, and she ain't never used her, so she was always at full. So maybe that was the excuse. But it was just a good, entertaining episode. Like I like the three titty chick fighting the octopus. That was cool. I like the way it was shot. You know what I'm saying? Like the old Godzilla movies was shot. Thought that was fun. I really like Zari and anybody. Like Zara is like one of my favorite characters. Who she get to the point where she's like Mick for me, to where you just need a splash of her, and it's just good. And it just we don't. If you get a lot of it, that's great. But just a splash of her is good enough. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they put her in the right spots, just like they do Mick. They put them in the right spots where they really can shine the most. And I, I think it's one of the best parts of the show, and she's slowly becoming one of my favorites. You guys let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you with you guys later. Peace out.